Can you send me the link, please? Like, is it on the YouTube? Oh, yeah. Is there no share? No. Oh. You can still actually see it on the thing. Oh no, it's gone off now. It's slightly right. Yeah, I was supposed to go down, but
Everyone, so this is voting really quickly. So we have two kinds of votes. The votes opening right now for last orders will open after every piece is the production merit vote. On its own, do you think that the show has value to be put on? If it says yes, no, abstain. So those are your options. Yes, no, abstain. Assuming that yes wins by a 2/3 majority, that's the requirement for the show to qualify for the preference vote. After all of the performances, or the presentations of the preference vote, the preference vote, you rank the shows, it's ranked by the single transferable. You rank them in order of 1 to however many there are. 1 is the highest. The vote will go down with change as the shows that you rank higher get disqualified.
writer, and then I will also be one of the producers. Ty will be one of the directors. Then also on our team we have Abel Tumblety doing the stage managing, and Fiona Connor on tech, and Aoife Hallett as kind of like the main producer. Our budget, £600 please. £400 for marketing, 50 for set, 70 for costume, admin, £30, and a contingency of £50.
Whenever you're ready, I'll start the timer. Right, this is the last time. I'm not doing it again.
Hurry up, Alan, get in position. Right. Hello, lovely ladies and gentlemen. My name is Geraldine Buxomley, owner and founder of Buxomley Betrothals, Milton Keynes' #1 dating agency. We take ugly, old, horrible, quite frankly, stinky old men, and we turn them into absolute sex machines. This is Alan Rivers, one of our most favourite customers. Now, a little demonstration of what he was like before he went through our 7-step program at Buxomley Betrothals.
Hello, Alan. I'm a woman. Ooh, goodness. Your hands are very clammy, and you smell quite bad.
Ooh, not what you want to see. Now, Alan has since been through our 7-step program of love. Let's have a little look, shall we? Step 1, prepare.
I'm wearing deodorant.
Wow, you smell really good.
Step 2, honesty.
I want a long-term relationship.
That's really refreshing for a man in this day and age.
Step 3, ask questions.
What's your name?
For the purposes of this presentation, I'm a representation of femininity in all its forms.
Step 4, laugh.
I'm actually a very successful bowler.
Oh, Alan, you do crack me up.
Step 5, look at her eyes.
Wow, your eyes are so amazing that I haven't even glanced at your massive rack.
I feel very respected.
Step 6, understand.
I'm so sorry about menstruation.
Thank you, Alan. I feel seen.
And lastly but not least, smolder.
Wow, Alan, even though we haven't talked for the last 60 minutes, with Smolder, I think I'm falling in love with you.
That's the 7 steps we have. Prepare.
Honesty.
Ask questions. Laugh.
Look into her eyes. Understand. Smolder.
Phallus. Before Alan joined Buxomley Betrothals, he had no phallus. Now his phallus is big and strong and large and ready to take on the world.
This is an urgent appeal. We need 600 of your Beckham British pounds to put on our amazing show. Let me take you through it. Alan Rivers, former bowling world champion, has it all. Glory in the form of a bowling world championship trophy. Riches, a semi-detached house in Milton Keynes. Hair, or at least what's left of it. Or rather, he almost has it all.
10 seconds.
Alan is alone. He's on a mission to find love with the help of Geraldine Buxomley, the owner of Buxomley Betrothals, a matchmaking agency. But Geraldine is facing financial ruin. Alan's bowling success is perhaps not all that it seems, and a mysterious stranger has arrived in town with the first full day.
Okay, we're done.
Ask us about everything. Ask us about marketing, especially.
Okay, 3 minutes for questions. Starting when okay, Bo.
What's your plan for production, marketing especially?
We've got a 4-pronged approach. Obviously, flyering, social media, getting reviewers in. What I think might be different about us is that we want to do some mixed bill variety shows like the Alternative Comedy Memorial Show, Society even. Ty's performed with them before. We'd like to have like a sketch from the show, perform it at one of these shows so that people can actually see what is going on, and then hopefully they will come and watch the show. Next question? What are we doing? Mary.
Can you talk about your set of tech events?
Yes, so the set and tech is going to be fairly minimal, set is going to be fairly minimal, although the favourite part of the stage plan is that we want to have some actual bowling, not actual bowling balls, that would be quite heavy, but so maybe like beach balls that are painted to look like bowling balls. I think that would be super fun. Tech, we want to use the projector to kind of create the environment of different sets rather than having to drag on loads of on.
As for actual physical objects, it will literally be like a table and 2 chairs.
So yeah, the size. Yeah.
Alright. Other questions? Cal, did you have one? Your hand was up.
I'm married.
Okay, Ava.
Is it a 3-person cast?
No.
It's most likely going to be a 7-person cast.
And like what we've done before when we did Dick Rogers a few years ago, we will form a company with the amount of people, and we'll basically cast people according to, once we form the company, we'll cast people, we'll change characters around to best fit the company, and we'll rewrite once we've cast people and fit people into various things.
So there's a lot of multi-rolling involved.
Yeah, there's so many characters. It's more of a plot, fully fleshed out play than previous projects, but it does have sketch elements to it as well.
Any other questions? We have 1 minute. All right. Thank you guys so much. All right. End of my rope, please. Did you guys have slides?
Yeah, I sent them to you.
You did? That's not me. Can you forward us? Okay, I just forwarded it to you.
It's not part of my budget. I'm trying to forget what my budget is.
Sorry, you have to do
Oh, yes.
First and last.
It's really good though. Oh, yeah. Okay, shall I explain? Oh, yeah, don't Google rope play. I did that once. Whoa! Don't go on images either. Scary. Huh? Yeah, team, this lot, I'm producing. Lol. This is my lovely director. She wants to be here, I guess.
You guys can introduce yourselves.
Hello, I'm Bella.
I'm Colin.
I'm Beth. I'm doing stage. I'm Scarlett. I'm assistant producer.
I'm Lou, I'm also producing.
I'm Eva.
I'm doing set.
Huh? See, there's the budget. I do my PowerPoints. Yeah, my budget is £700, 700 smackaroonies, 300 marketing, because I want to buy things. I love marketing so much. Tech, 0, you don't deserve it. Sorry. Well, there's not much to do. Yeah, costume 30, that's just kind of contingency mainly. Admin 50, set 100, stage 50, and contingent 70. And also, if we make any money at the fundraisers, it's going straight into more marketing, because fringe is expensive. Lol. Okay.
Alright, whenever you're ready, go ahead.
So, okay, next one. Yeah, synopsis is, it is a play based on another play called Rope, and it is two friends obsessed with Nietzschean philosophy and decide, I know, let's kill our third friend and put his body in a trunk and then have a dinner party. That is the plot of the normal play Rope. I thought, what if I do that? But everyone's really fucking stupid, because if you've ever met a philosophy student, you're like, my God, who let you into the world? Yeah. So they're very socially inept and having a terrible time because, yeah, they don't know how to host a dinner party or get away with murder. It's very funny, it's very slapstick. The first 5 minutes, no one's saying anything, they're just falling over with a dead body. It's quite funny. Yeah, here's our inspiration. Play that goes wrong, Arsenic and Old Lace, Weekend at Bernie, Clue, Noises Off. Good shows. Next one, please. Yep, that's the plot. Murder happens, then they have to do a dinner party. Fucking awful plan. Who are these guys? Next one. Yep, murderers, two guys, Anthony and Sebastian. They're a bit gay, but they're not gay. But they're like, why are you trying to touch another man by strangling him to death? Allegations, I fear. Next one. These are the weird guests they invite, because unfortunately all their friends are bizarre.
One of them is basically Gerald from Clarkson's Farm. Two of them are like a freshly new couple, and they're kind of trying to fuck on top of the coffin with the dead body in. This is based on Shabbat dinners I have. Yeah, so hopefully those people won't come. Next one. Yep. Here's the setting stage. Very minimal set, but it is got the Bedlam sofa in because I love the Bedlam sofa and a big trunk for the dead body. Yep. There's basically no props apart from a burnt chicken. And the vibes are dark academia core, but mental. Next one.
About 1 minute.
Marketing. Yeah. Flyering. We're gonna do flyering in costume with the actors, and we're gonna bring a rope around so the people in the general public have to do skip rope. And then they come to the show and they're like, "Fuck me, it's about murder. That's weird." I feel bad now. Yeah. The photo shoot's gonna be like dark academia, Edinburgh core, like you see aesthetic TikToks, but you see someone trying to cart off a dead body in the background, which is very Edinburgh, because like, back in here, hello. Merch, we're gonna sell bits of rope, because I'm a sick, twisted fuck. And the fundraiser is gonna be a murder mystery night, maybe Traitors in Bedlam, depending if we've already done Traitors in Bedlam. Okay, we can do it twice, or custom ghost tour. Talk later. Yeah, and Instagram is going to be run by me, Lou, and Scarlett, so it's going to be fucking incredible, let me tell you that. Yeah, and we're just going to go fucking crazy. We have questions you can ask, we can't think of any. Go to the next one. Oh yeah, it's very loosely based off an existing play that is in public domain. My favourite word.
Ruth? Okay. Any other questions? All right, thank you.
I'm off to work now.
So please remember to vote on these pod merit votes. I just opened for end of my rope. Vote, vote, vote. Use your power.
All right, famous last words.
this pitch thing, so I don't really prepare much. But I promise I put a lot more thought into the play than I have to this pitch. You have to believe me. So I'll start with the budget. So royalties is £0. It's a devised piece. Publicity £120 just to cover like all the essential stuff, like flyers and so on. Tech £80, set £80, costume £60. We're going to do props is £120, add in £40, and then we'll do £50 of contingency. So I'll just give you the summary of the play. In a world where the purpose and necessity of art is coming under increasing scrutiny, famous last words is more necessary now than ever. It's basically a dramatic examination of the role of art in our lives. It's created by Edinburgh students, and it aims to display that a small production can tackle big ideas in a way that is both dramatic, thought-provoking, hopefully interesting. So we plan on using like really dynamic dialogue, employing all of the theatrical art form. So we're doing like loads of multi-rolling, flashbacks, but like not in the like boring normal way you've seen flashbacks. We're trying to use them creatively, so we're doing like flashbacks to like moments that have happened 10 minutes before in the show that we've acted out. I feel like I should actually tell you what the show's about now. So if you just give me a second. So the play itself is just two struggling writers who come back from the night out, and they are anxious about the events of the night before. As they begin writing down what happened, they realise they stumbled across a chance to finally publish their play, because they met an agent on the night out. But as they clash over the story, truths about their own lives and the night before are revealed, which is recorded by a third friend who continues the list. So basically, as they argue about the night before, tensions flare and truths are revealed. So the narrative of their own argument is what takes centre stage. So that's what we're trying to show really, is that art is authentic, and I guess the irony of it is that the real art or the real play is the argument that takes place between them. And that message is consistent with the way we like aim to show the play, because we're using like really simple methods, low budget, like low tech, low props. So the point is, if you're a student and you come to watch, hopefully you can just see that art is not something that needs to be massive or expensive, but can be really like organic and simple, and fun, most importantly. So, any questions?
Alright, you still have about 40 seconds left. You can keep talking if you'd like.
What else can I say? Did I leave out anything important about like set? Oh yeah, set. So set is basically the most of the play takes place in a kind of like small studio apartment living room, but the flashbacks will move towards like nightclubs, bars, and art galleries. But we intend on using the same like 2 or 3 larger fixed structures, so maybe the bedroom sofa, and then we'll use like handheld props to show like changes, and also we'll have like a prop to show multi-rolling. So one of the 3 of us will play the agent occasionally.
Alright, that's your time.
Great.
Alright, now we have 3 minutes for questions. Starting with Hunter right here.
So you mentioned quite an extensive tech budget, and with Fringe, you know, we have kind of fixed structure for our lighting and stuff. What do you plan to do with that?
So part of the reason why tech's so expensive is just because we want a fun and exciting way of showing the flashback. So we were thinking of doing like either a change in light, colour or intensity, but just doing that like repeatedly, so that the audience become familiar with the flashback is, just to repeat that. And also, because we're not spending as much on set, we have to use the lighting to really to represent that change in scenery. Yeah.
I'll bounce off that. Just I think what I'm trying to say is like the tech comes included, so like you won't, unless you have something like specific that we won't have generally, like you'll get access to all the lighting and everything. So like you can think of like you can apply that to your marketing things, for example. So you don't need to worry about like spending additional money on tech. Like, you can have little things as opposed to things that you want. But
Great. So then maybe we could change that. If I could just add, like I know I didn't like put those as the pitch, so I know I didn't have like a moustache or pinatas or anything like that, but what I do have is a real belief in this play. Like I co-wrote it with my best friend from school, It's really simple. Like the whole point of it is to show that like people can, like students can just go on and put on a play if they've written it themselves and take a risk. So yeah, you know, please bear that in mind when voting. Thank you very much.
Is there any other question? Ava?
Yeah, so we're thinking of doing like flyers, posters, but also like a lot of social media. So one of the main things we're planning on doing is like releasing like short form content, rehearsal videos, because the irony of it is that it's a play which the real like drama is the characters themselves. We're hoping on like showing the process of writing the play, which is sort of what the play's about.
Okay, amazing. We have 1 minute left. Emma?
I was just going to ask, is it just the 3 characters?
Yeah, just the 3 of us, yeah. With multi-rolling as well. So in theory there are more characters, but just 3 performances.
Oh, did you say it's revised?
Yeah.
Are you talking more about the revising process?
Yeah, so we actually started writing it like back in school, so like year 12. We've been writing it for ages. It's quite like a fiddly piece because there's so much like going back and forward in time, and it's about the process of writing and trying to find an ending that's neat. It's quite like, have you seen The Pillow Man?
Yes.
So, really? So I'm not privy to the Bedlam performances, but yeah, it's very Martin McDonagh inspired, and it's one of the plays that sort of unravels in front of you. So it starts with something really simple, like 3 writers in an apartment, and by the end you're like, what the fuck's going on? Like, people on the floor, the age is coming in, it's gone wild. But yeah, I'm really passionate about it. I hope I've been able to show that. Thank you very much.
Vote. Keep voting.
Keep voting.
More voting.
Okay.
And if you don't have a token, if you just have a shilling, come in.
All right.
Hello, everyone. Hi. So, the peanut plane. They say there's, not true. They say there's no such thing as bad publicity, so that's probably how you know us. So, let's start with the budget. Right, so, can we have the next slide, please? The budget, great. Due to the very low maintenance nature of our show, we believe we can do it about £200 under budget. So, as you can see, we've got £250 set aside for publicity, we've got £100 for set, £70 for props, and then £80 contingency, so that it'd be a nice round number. And yeah, we believe that because we've got, as we'll elaborate, we've got a film production company that we can get going to help us with marketing and photography and shooting the trailer. We believe pretty much all of our publicity budget can be spent on posters and flyers. We think we can eliminate equipment and photography costs. Yeah.
Wait, introduce yourselves.
Hello everyone. So I'm directing the play. Rufus wrote it. Some of our team unfortunately can't be here today, but we've got Ava.
Hi, I'm Ava Asman. Timothy does not know that she is on this play.
So we do have the other Ava as well, and then
Danby, tech managing.
and then Aoife is our producer, but again couldn't be here unfortunately. In terms of the set, our goal for this play is very simple. We want a short, sort of exciting, funny 45 minutes of theatre. It's a dark comedy, black comedy really, but it's very fast-paced and it's a good time. No scene changes, a few small set features, a couple of chairs, a kitchen set piece, and very naturalistic tech. Yeah, we think it's a very practical show for Fringe because of the sort of low maintenance on it.
Right, so now for a little bit about the play itself. So, Catherine is the mother of two, and she is celebrating her 45th birthday. Hooray! Yeah, thank you. When her estranged brother, whom she hasn't seen for 6 months, shows up uninvited. I won't tell you why she was excommunicated from the family. He was a nonce. So, to elaborate on that, the play is inspired by the Prince Andrew scandal. So, in December last year, as in like 13 months ago, saw a headline saying, Prince Andrew won't be invited to this year's Royal Christmas. And I thought, like, bloody well hope not. And I thought, how weird would it be if you're having a cute, nice family dinner, and one of the blokes there is a nonce. And long story short, that's the show. Now, we believe that this would be good for Fringe because I think Prince Andrew has been because Prince Andrew has been, we believe, one of the defining figures of this year. He's just been stripped of his royal titles, and with the big orange loaf in charge, Epstein is being discussed a lot. So we think this year, Prince Andrew is the exact sort of kind of satire people would be looking for. I mean, Fringe is basically the world capital of political satire, and so we believe the show will be very relevant for this year's Fringe. Take it away.
So, in terms of funds and fundraisers, we're currently rehearsing the production. We're on next week, so please buy tickets. We feel like having staged it once already, that'll give us a really strong foundation, so we'll bring it forward. And because of that, we're hoping to use favourable reviews, hopefully, to sort of kickstart the marketing process, which will be really key. We want to do a fundraiser, a silly crime fundraiser, inspired by The Office, as you can see in the bottom right. So everyone would have a sort of a fun little crime that they've got on their heads, and they've got to try and figure out what it would be. So an example could be
10 seconds.
Stealing Rufus's dildo, for example. Yeah, and then as Rufus mentioned very quickly, we have a sort of production team that we'd use for trailer photography, so that would offset some of our budget.
All right, that's your time.
Thank you.
3 minutes for questions. Who's got a question? Yes, Lou.
It's a pretty evident question, but just like how, yeah, I guess I've got tickets. So I'll see, but I'm wondering how you, like, walk the line between funny and pedophilia.
It is a good question, and I'm glad you asked, because we do feel like we do need to address caution and with respect to the severity of it. The comedy from the show more comes from the kind of absurdity of the premise and the dysfunctional nature of the family. Think of it as Outnumbered meets Prince Andrew. But good question.
James?
So, did you explain a bit of your kind of like marketing plans, especially as, are you going to be telling people while you're flying it, like, that this is about paedophiles? Because I know, okay, don't look at me, I think you weren't laughing, Rufus. Anyway, yeah, lock in. Because, yeah, are you gonna tell people up front?
So, as I said, I think the kind of royal satire element, even though it's not like a royal family, it's very much inspired by the royal family. we think that's kind of core to it, and we also think it would play very well with fringe audiences. So we would say, I think we would market it as a sort of satire on the royal family, and a kind of commentary on the sort of the men who are in charge around the world. Yeah.
Andrew? Oh. Okay. Any other questions? We have 30 seconds. All right, thank you guys.
Well, come up if you don't have a token.
All right, next team, Sire and Madge, please.
Okay, hello. We are Sire and Madge. I'm going to go through budget. Our full budget is 715. What we're putting that towards is set. That is actually so low.
I know.
Never mind. 150 for set, but that will change completely. Tech 0, costume 150, props 50, marketing 300, and contingency 65. Our team is me. I'm the writer and I am also the director. This is Imogen, she's the producer.
We have AT as our stage manager and Sophie as our tech manager.
Sophie's up there, I think. Hi, Sophie! Amazing. Okay, so. Yeah. Okay, amazing. So, basically, our play, what's our play about? What happens when a famous television crossdresser, Pete Burns, is forced to live with his stalker? And what happens when his long-term boyfriend is very much not okay with it, but also kind of into it? After Sire bails Madge out of jail on one suffocating condition, they are forced to live an exiled life together on the shores of Plymouth. Sire Madge is one of the queerest, strangest, and most defiantly French tales of them all. Basically, what happened in 2006 was Pete Burns, he sung You Spin Me Right Round, is an icon. He was jailed and then he was bailed out of jail by his obsessive stalker fan, and on condition of that bail, he had to live with that stalker. So it's a bit of a wild story, and I'd like to say about that. If you press the other next slide. Oh, we did it for Candle Wasters last semester, yay! It was really good and really well received, wasn't it, Bo? Yeah. Yes. And we had our famous president, Andrew Moore, was in it, also Ava Vicari, famous faces. Yeah, so we've already got experience putting on, and it's really, really fun. What is the next thing? Next slide. Yes, so that's the actual real story. So that stalker is in the corner, he's a little weirdo, and then that's Madge. It's all a bit strange. It's based on real life. Look it up, there's a documentary about it, it's fascinating. Well, we want to do it for Fringe because it's the most fringy thing you can think of. Basically, it's seamlessly tailored to the Fringe Festival. This piece of original writing relishes in all of Fringe's weirdness, filled with dance numbers, gender casting, and farcical parody. It celebrates everything that makes Fringe so special. If you saw Cat's Parasite last year, it was very, very similar to that. These are sort of references from Fringe. Fun fact, I saw 56 shows last year. I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, awkward prods like Diana the Untold True Musical, weird drag, craziness, yes. We are also a theatre company. Imogen, do you want to talk about that?
Yes. So we are Kitty Milk Theatre, and we are for the queer and curious, and we want to embrace like chaos over polished performances. And we are a new company, so we do not have the money. So we would like to collab with Bedlam, and we want to just promote ourselves as well and Els writing. Stamp the image we plan to continue to expand. This will simultaneously strengthen community ties using Bedlam as a stepping stone for endeavours. Essentially, we're looking for permission to advertise our show using our socials, but we're very happy to be put down as a Bedlam show.
Great, that's your time. All right, 3 minutes for questions. Yes.
What about the set?
We are quite literally just using the couch. So that couch right there will be used, just like every other French show couch. The way that I write plays is that I use very, very basic set and sort of use it as everything that you could possibly imagine. So that couch will be a bed, it will be a couch, it will be a car, it will be a kitchen, it will be everything. And it will be very, very simple and very, very easy for all of us.
We want the actors to thrive.
The actors will thrive. It's more about the character. Oh yeah, ask us about marketing, because that's marketing. Hi, Kai.
Hi, tell me about your marketing.
Imogen, do you want to talk about marketing? Because this could be you.
So we plan on using our social media as well to post like dynamic, bold, colourful posts, and we want to make our posters both using illustration and photography, so it'll be nice and textured. And we plan on using flyers as our main, as you can see with Andrew Moore. This could be you. And we want to do lots of posters, and that's our main thing. And we also plan to do a big fundraiser, like a big drag show, which fits the vibe of our show and also immerses people in before they see the show.
Also, I want to add that because we are sort of a growing theatre company / doing this with Bedlam, we're just a sort of little collective, and we are planning on doing some sort of art residency / like small performance. So basically, we are creating like a cult-like following for our theatre, and hopefully that will grow within like the marketing and help us in the long run as well. Yeah.
Mary?
Can you elaborate a bit more on the collaboration with like Kitty Milk Productions, like how you're planning on doing this collab?
Yeah, it was literally mainly because we do not have the monies, but also because Bedlam has really good history of producing like very absurd, successful pieces of writing, and it kind of fits hand in hand with our image, because that's what we want to promote as well.
Do you have any experience putting on shows with these kinds of themes in Bedlam, and how has that gone before?
Yeah, I have. I don't know if you know, I'm a bit notorious for putting on gay plays, and they are quite good. We have last Fringe show was called Cat's Parasite, and then last night sold out. It did really well. It was the best show out of the product, like selling wise. And then when I did Boys in the Band, that sold out its entire run, and we do a lot of things like that, and you can trust us with that.
Arthur.
I saw this at Candlewick and it was really good. I was just wondering, that scene, is it like a condensed version of the play, or is it a scene?
That is the starting scene, so that's the opening scene, yeah.
All right, that was all our time for questions. Thank you guys.
prod merits are open. Please vote, vote, vote now. When Mary finishes this, I'm going to close all of these votes. So this is your last chance if you don't have a token, or just if you have an issue, vote. And then after that, I will announce which shows pass prod merit. All of those will be put into a preference vote. And you will have time to vote on the preference vote while our main term proposals give their presentations. So vote especially on the Siren Badge one because it needs a certain amount of votes. So everybody vote on all of the ones that are open. Thank you.
Hello. We just wanted to say a quick word for people who might be here for their first Bedlam GM or their, shout out, or people too who are at their first Bedlam Fringe GM to kind of explain what the difference between Bedlam Fringe shows and term time shows and how this may or should or doesn't or will affect your voting. So specifically for Fringe, Bedlam gets 2 Fringe slots typically every single year during the Fringe. Otherwise, Bedlam operates as like an official Fringe venue. We usually get like professional and like external companies. Also, usually there's like a full stacked, I was gonna say menu, program for the whole full Fringe for Bedlam. So the Bedlam shows will be running alongside professional companies as well. It's a really cool opportunity to showcase student theater. So specifically, what we're looking for Fringe shows from Bedlam, those shows will be the representatives of the EUTC for Fringe. So that's something to keep in mind. What show do you want to represent Bedlam? Second, what's really important for Fringe is that the turnovers between shows are very quick. So usually there might be like 10 shows a day in Bedlam. So you'll have like 5 to 10 minutes of get-in before your show and 5 to 10 minutes right after. So you might want to think about that when you're voting for your shows. How realistic did their set plans seem? Do you think they can do their get-ins and get-outs? Can the show be performed in like a time slot given? Just that kind of stuff. So thinking about what you want, what show do you want to represent the EUTC at Fringe this year? And then now that we're gonna start the term time slots after this, those are our like regular voting methods. So we have 2 different slots. We have, 3. There's tea times, main turns, and supplementaries. So our tea time proposals for this semester will be for week 10. Those usually have a larger budget. They have a 4 to 5 show run. It'll be week 10. Tea times are usually a bit smaller scale. Those have a 2 to 3 show run. And supplementaries can be any show that is proposed outside of the existing production schedule. And those have like budgets and everything negotiated separately. Is there anything else that I missed?
To clarify, the Fringe get-in and get-out times currently planned is 15-minute get-in, 15-minute get-out. So it's more time.
Okay, thank you. So it's 50 minutes. 15. Before and after.
Well,
Do you know what time slots you've got for Fringe shows?
Not yet.
But the Fringe show with the most votes will get to pick the slot. And then
Actually, Fringe is operating different this year. So for Fringe, actually the Fringe team will be choosing which slot they get. So there's 2 slots for Fringe. There's one 2-week slot and one 1-week slot. And the Fringe team will choose which show. And that's been outlined in the proposal.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, that's what Luke told me.
That's fine.
hey, who told you?
We can have that, and that's fine.
Mr. Business Manager. Does anyone have any questions about Fringe before voting opens? Yes.
Is it definitely happening with the budget stuff from last year?
You want us to
going to depend on whether, like, what he says is essentially how much support we'll get from USA, basically. But the plan is to run it no matter what, because I feel like any sort of other way wouldn't work. So yeah, that is the plan. Does anyone else have any other questions about Fringe? That it could change. Yeah, so it's like, because obviously the first week of, because Fringe weeks are a bit different, they don't actually run specifically to the week. So the first Fringe week is longer because it has previews, but I don't think it's determined exactly which week the show will run in yet. But obviously, once we have like a programmer and it's programmed, that can be decided. Cool. Anyone? Yeah, Danny. Okay.
all of our fringe proposals have passed their prod merit vote. So I'm going to open the preference vote now. Rank them, 1 is the highest, down to 7 because there is none. Yeah, and then I will keep this open for probably 10 minutes, depending on what else is happening, but just vote, get your votes in sooner rather than later. Thank you. Oh yeah, there's a none option, but none can't win. You can always vote none, it's there. Actually, I guess it can win. If none wins, there'll only be 1 show. But don't do that, please. But again, because it is ranked choice voting, your vote for none will, assuming none loses, will get transferred. So it's not much point, but it's there constitutionally. Yay! Please vote. I'm opening this vote right now. Can anybody see that? See if I can find that exists. Yay!
All right, next we're going to be hearing our week 9 tea time proposals. First up, we have the infinite monkey theorem.
Are there slides more than? No. Okay.
Hi guys, I'm Morgan. I am the writer and director of The Infinite Monkey Theorem. Producer is going to be Alice Parker-Wickens. Stage manager is the lovely Non Steele, and our tech manager is Lily Murphy. Don't know if Lily's in the building. I know Non has a tutorial. So we're quite a bare bones team at the moment, but I am definitely looking to open HOD roles to freshers and stuff like that. I think tea times are such a great opportunity to learn how to do things. Good first show experience rather than being thrown in the deep end. Budget-wise, boy, I do wonder. Royalties, 0 because I wrote it. Publicity, 40. We're planning to just do some posters and some social media. Tech, we've got 15. Set, 80. Costume, 40. Props, 80. Admin, 15 for printing and that sort of thing, with a contingency of 30, which means the budget total comes out to 300. Won't need to fundraise with that budget in place, but obviously if our producer is enthusiastic, we can definitely fundraise. So, I know you're all waiting with bated breath to figure out what this show is about. So brief summary, the infinite monkey theorem states that if you have an infinite amount of monkeys typing on an infinite amount of typewriters for an infinite amount of time, at some point one of the monkeys will produce the complete works of William Shakespeare. Obviously this isn't like a feasible experiment, but a statistical fact that show that given infinite variables, there's a non-zero chance of anything occurring. In this instance, the anything that occurs is our protagonist trying to make a successful poetry career out of a life of accounting. So basically, our protagonist quits his job at an accounting firm, takes on the pseudonym of Dionysus, and starts writing poetry, and it doesn't go so well for him. We have a little bit of a unorthodox situation with his writing coach, who turns out to be God. So that's fun. The basis for this play came from mostly just me meditating on my own writer's block and drafting out conversations between me and God, which now that I say it really sounds like religious diagnosis. I promise. I'm normal. My mood is very stabilized. So this is, you know, kind of St. Hildegard inspired in terms of creative vision. So I've already actually produced this show, not in full, but in various read, staged iterations. It has won several awards in the Florida State Thespian Circuit, which means nothing to you lot, but that's all right. I've already got some poster concepts knocking around. So really, I've already basically got an entire production guide written out for this when I originally produced it in the summer of 2023, which is horrifically dawning on me that it was 3 years ago. So let's not think about that. The set plans are going to be a split stage with the office space on this side of the stage and the home on the other. I just wanted minimal set transition just because time is a very precious resource in the way of tea times. This is a 3-person or possibly 4-person cast. The actor playing Dionysus is on stage the entire time, so I'm planning to have a nice 15-minute interval, possibly 10 if we're really feeling great, but we will need a very strong actor with a lot of stamina to portray Dionysus, but the entire length of the show is around 45 minutes. If anyone saw Saving Victory, it's around that length. I think that's it.
Cool. Perfect. Okay, does anyone have any questions? Rose.
What's the cast size? Is it 1 or is it 2?
It is 3 to 4. There are 4. Yeah, none of the numbers you said were correct. It's 3 to 4. We can have a doubling up of Dionysus' coworker and God, but if we don't want to do that, we can also have 4, and Dionysus' coworker only appears in 2 scenes out of the 7 or 8 that are in there.
Any other questions? No? Okay, round of applause.
So now we're going to open the pod merit for infinite monkey theorem. Same thing, ability of team to execute, and wouldn't be detrimental to the UGC. Please vote on that.
All right, next, can we please come up the billionaire in a basement week 9 tea time proposal?
Hello, I'm Aidan. I wrote a play. I'm very excited by it. This is the wonderful producer, Safa, and my wonderful stage manager, Jamie. Fingers crossed. We'll see how that goes. And the budget is very small. You don't have to be a billionaire for this. It's £50 for marketing and script printing and posters and all that good stuff, and £40 contingency, and everything else I think we've just got kicking about here. So that should be great. Yes, you can tell I put lots and lots of effort into these slides. Yes. So the first few slides are just budget and stunning. Okay, so the premise is Bernard has kidnapped Mark Zuckerberg. Right? Look at that guy. Do you not just want to poke him in the eyes? And he is in the basement. Oh no, what do we do? And that's basically the play. Oh no, what do we do? Mark Zuckerberg's in the basement. Shit. And they kind of have big conversations and get stressed out, and hopefully it's funny sometimes, and there's an emotional theatre kid police officer who turns up. Yeah, and there's the basement. And what is the play? It's all about the characters. So Bernard kind of sets all this stuff in motion. He and Suzanne were in love way back when, and they were part of this radical activist group who were both ineffectual and violent, which is not a very good combination, especially as the world is kind of falling apart. But shit goes wrong. Suzanne and Bernard lose their mutual friend Anthony to an attempted arson, and Suzanne is very, very upset about this, and she splits away. And then she meets Beatrice, who is the kind of the foil to Bernard, who actually really kind of enjoys being alive and the world and stuff, and doesn't want to like kind of die for the sake of Mark Zuckerberg being in the basement. And they've got a lovely little relationship going on until they don't, because drama happens, of course. It is a play, after all. And then Suzanne is kind of the transition between those two people, where she's kind of torn between like the kind of easy radical chaos of Bernard and the exhaustion of trying to find joy in a terrifying world. And those are the characters. Next slide. That's the set, if you can tell from my wonderful sketch. You've got tables and chairs. You've got an upright piano, because Bernard plays the piano. The love of piano. There you go. Yes. And that's a set. This tables and chairs, the piano. We sing Anthem by Leonard Cohen at the end. How wonderful! It's a great song, and everyone will cry. It'll be fab. There we go. It's the lighting. This is all the ways lighting can be used. The lighting should hopefully, if we're being artistic about it, reflect the alignment of the group. So all the lighting is going to be focused on like the center third of the stage, because that's the room, and they all just stay in that room because it's very stressful and claustrophobic. And when they're all aligned and happy, the room expands. How wonderful! And when they're in conflict, the room shrinks and they feel all stressed out, and it's like a metaphor and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's the idea. And that's the conclusion. It's very timely themes. We should put it on. It's exciting, it's fun, occasionally funny, and people will say, "Oh yeah, that was good. Let me pontificate upon that at the end." And do we not want that? Yes, we do. Okay. Please vote for me.
3 minutes for questions. Yes, Arthur.
Hello. Yeah.
Could you tell us about the song you wrote for this?
The song actually isn't in the play. It did slightly inspire the play, though. I wrote a song called "Let's All Kill Mark Zuckerberg." Hello. Yes.
In terms of you said that it's occasionally funny. What's the balance in terms of the genre? Is it more serious or more funny, or?
It started funnier, and and then everyone. It was just you've got kind of complicated people doing kind of messed up stuff. I probably could be a bit funnier. I'll work on that. But there's comedy in it. It's obviously a very absurd situation with quite absurd characters going around. So that's kind of it.
Great. Any other questions? Oh yes.
Does Mark Zuckerberg ever appear?
He just wants the narrative. I didn't want to kind of write him. He might like appear at the beginning. Kind of maybe, but like not really. Yeah, he's just not. He doesn't matter. It's fine.
Anything else? All right. Thank you guys.
So I'm going to open Pod Merit for Billionaire in the Basement. Please vote on that. And then we have. I'm going in a minute. So let's do the main turn.
Preference votes after that, assuming that both shows have passed Pod Merit. Vote on every vote that's open. Thank you.
All right. Next up, we have our week 10 main term. Did you guys have slides in before?
No, we're fine.
Oh, that's all right. We're back.
Yes, it's the same team. Aiden actually one of them. Hi guys. We're doing Art, which is a play by Ismina Reza, a French play, but it's in translation by Chris Hampton. I'm Arthur, I'll be directing.
I'm Safa, I'll be producing.
I'm Jamie, I'll be doing set design and management.
And stage management, yeah. We've also got a tech manager who was going to be Lucy Murphy, but now isn't. It's now a guy called Dougie, who I've not met, to be honest. But he's on board, he's read the script, and he's happy to do it. And we've also got a couple other sort of creatives who are to do posters and trailers and things like that, which is Sylvie, our friend, and Maddie, who's a film student, who's going to do a trailer for us. I can't be talking about it yet, but budget. Okay, we are asking for, how much are we asking for? £605, I think, which I should have got this off my phone first, I'm sorry. Which will be, so the rights are from Concord Theatrical Records, Concord Theatricals, and they're £70 per performance plus VAT. So if we have 4 performances, that'll be £340, and we've got a £20 contingency on that, because sometimes their quotes change from what they actually ask for. And then we've got basic stuff, £30 for printing, we've got £65 for set. The main thing is we need to buy some like paintings that they have up in the apartments of some of the characters. Costume, we've got £20, it's basically just contingency. Most of it we can find upstairs. It's like suits mostly and shirts, things like that. And then we've got some props, it'll be easy stuff, ashtrays, bottles. We've got £30 set aside for that. And then admin, we've got £50, and then a 10% contingency, which is £55, brings it up to £605. I think that'll be all. Cool. So Art is a play with 3 characters, 3-hander, about 3 friends, one of whom buys a canvas, a painting, which has nothing on it. It's a white painting with white lines on it. There's nothing on it. And the other characters sort of come to his apartment, have a look at it, and one of them's like, this is a piece of shit, why have you bought this? You spent 500,000 francs on it, you know, what are you doing with your life? And then the other one comes off, and he's sort of spineless and doesn't really know his opinions, and kind of morphs into whoever's opinions he's speaking to. And the main character, Serge, is really staunch that this is like an expression of how he feels about the world, that modern art is the way forward, and that he's moving away from these friendships, which are like, you know, the other character, Mark, is like sort of a drunkard, sort of very pessimistic and skeptical about things. And basically it happens across their 3 apartments, and it's just about their friendships falling apart and deteriorating. It's quite funny, but it's also, it's quite a dense and compact play. There's a lot of dialogue, and there's a lot of swinging between emotions and sort of dynamics between the characters. It did very well initially. It's won sort of Tonys and Moliere Awards and things like that. And surprisingly, the rights aren't that cheap. So that's why we'd love to put it on. We haven't asked for that much for sort of, especially for a main term. I've been told that often their budget's a lot bigger than £600. I think it's really a play that relies on the performances and the relationships. I think a lot of rehearsal and a lot of focus on the text is going to be much more important than what the set looks like. That being said, we do have plans for set which are slightly different. I'm handing over to Jamie to explain. Well, no, I'll do a little introduction. Often the play is, well, basically all the time, it's staged in a way that the set kind of reflects the painting. It's like all white, very minimal, very kind of nearly surreal, to sort of, I guess, like justify why this character has bought this painting. That his whole world is the painting. But I think we're going to move in a very different direction and focus on the characters in terms of their actual lives, which get a lot of detail about, you know, sort of their careers and their partners and their all these different things. And that is going to bleed onto the set much more than the play isn't, the painting as an idea.
20 seconds.
We have, okay, the play, it's split into thirds, 3 guys. We have Mark, Serge, Ivan. Mark's apartment looks like shit, he's got stuff piled up, there's stains on the walls, that'll be painted onto flats. So flats there for one wall, flats there for another, and then platform for the middle one. Serge's apartment is pretentious and boring and minimalist, and Ivan's is boring and suburban and got a shit painting, which we will get from a charity shop probably.
That's your time, but you can ask people to ask your questions.
Okay. Can someone ask a question about publicity at some point so we can talk about that?
Okay.
So publicity, we'll be doing a trailer. We've already got, I'm talking to Maddie, who's a friend of mine, who's a film student. I also have like a production company from some films I made before. So we've got equipment for that. So we don't spend any money on it. We're just gonna write a script, which is probably gonna be an adaptation of one of the scenes set in our friend's apartment in Marchmont. So like to shoot it at like sort of a short film rather than like there was in a world. It's going to be sort of that kind of trailer. And yeah, we didn't spend any money on it. And then we've also got Sylvie, who's fantastic. Who's got a very extensive fine art portfolio and has done. She did our last poster for Distance, which was the Fresher play. So that'll be the two main things. We've also talked to. I don't know if you guys have heard of Shop the Studio, which is like an ECA thing that they do. It's like an art gallery that pops up in people's flats, and we were looking to do a photo shoot as they were setting up that to like have the canvas in one of those flats and do like a photo shoot with them. Jamie's been speaking to them a little bit. I have not said a word to them, but yeah, that's the plan. Trailer, poster, photo shoot.
Andrew?
Yeah, it's just because obviously some of your other two team members are on the night as well.
Yeah.
In the event that both of them pass, like, don't make this sound like I'm doubting anyone's ability, but it's like doing two shows week after week is like, especially if you're like producer of both, like say members, it can be quite a lot. Like, do you have any like plans for like the event planning?
I think it'll be okay. I do English literature and there's like no work to do. Like I'm quite bored, so I think I'll be fine.
And also, luckily, Aiden's like one of my closest friends, so that we can do a lot of communicating in terms of finding people to, if there is like too much of a workload, we can work together to find those people. We also, initially we had the same tech manager as well. We also now have different tech managers. But yeah, I think we'll work together, and if there is a problem, I think we'll contact you guys and put call out. No, of course, yeah.
Also, the calls for assistance.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Any other questions?
I don't know who was first. Go.
Yeah.
Am I going crazy, or is this the same play that James Corden just did?
It was on Broadway with James Corden, Neil Patrick Harris, and what's his name? The other one. And it looked
really good.
Yeah, it was good. It is that one for sure. Yeah.
Do you
tell me about the set?
Yes.
I would. So the flats we're gonna need to paint roomy, but one is grotty and one is not. I think we're gonna. Oh yeah, the sofa is gonna be partially exposed in Ivan's flat, so like peeking out from under the curtain, and he's like very work-life focused, so he's got a suit bag maybe draped over that. I think we can sort that.
Which he's also about to get married, so he's got like.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
I think we're done.
Wait, I think we're done.
I think our time's up. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the idea. There's some questions.
No.
No. Okay. There's more questions. You can ask us
Yeah,
afterwards.
you can also continue to ask them questions if you want. We just have to keep up with this.
Okay, cool. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't think I can take a question.
Yeah, sorry, we can't take another question, but you can
Nothing
ask.
moves on the set as well, so there's no movement. It's all on the whole time. Thank you very much. Please. Yeah. Is there another? Okay. So please vote for us.
But please talk to the team and ask them your
Yes.
questions. Just we can't do that on stage right now. Okay.
Okay, so I've opened up the tea time preference vote, I think. No, I haven't. Yes, I have. So congrats to Billion in the Basement and Infinite Monkey Theorem for passing prod merit. So I've opened up the week 9 tea time preference vote and the prod merit for art. Everybody please vote on the prod merit for art right now, because I would like to do all of the preference votes right now.
Rocky Horror, next up for the supplementary proposal.
Right after this does.
Hello. For those of you who don't know me, I am Hunter King, and I am proposing to direct Rocky Horror.
I'm Amelia, and I'll be producing Rocky Horror with assistant producers Erin Venter and Hannah Roslammer.
We have a bunch more people on our team. Mary, can you go to the next slide, please? Yes, thank you. Music supervisor Emily Patterson, assistant MD Isam Heat. We have tech managers Lily Goodchild, stage manager Nina Burbeck, prod manager Thea Mormon, intimacy consultant Becca Mahar, and choreographer is Naya Jessamine. Big team so far, lots of fun stuff, and our budget is expensive. I want to point it out, first and foremost, Luke approved. But our supplementary budget is looking at $17.20 for rights and materials. Oh, sorry, that's wrong. That is for the budget from EUTC. Rights and materials are $14.70. Ouch. But we have several fundraisers planned where we are hoping to make a couple of tons. Just to give you the heads up, the show is going to be in September, so we have more time to raise more money. We have props bags, which is going to be a fundraiser thing, are going to cost right around £100. Marketing, £400. We want to market the shit out of this show. Light rentals, £300. Sound rentals, £300. We want it to look really cool. Set, £100. Not a lot going on with set. Stage, £50, not a lot going on stage. Costuming, £110, just a lot of lingerie. And contingency, £283, which leaves us with, if we projected our budget right, an extra £7 at the end. Before tickets. Okay. So about the show. So some of you who may have come to the last GM may have heard me do this whole pitch before and go, Hunter, why are you here? Well, we had an issue with Concord Theatricals. I've talked with them. I now have the rights. So, it's happening in September if we vote through today. The story of Rocky Horror. It is a musical. It is camp. It is very, like, 1950s through 1970s kind of ambivalent time period of two just seemingly normal people going, getting ready to get married, and their car breaks down. Oh no! And then they go to a castle where there are a lot of interesting characters who sing a lot of rock music, and it's really, really fun. We can move on, please. Vision is, the rights just became available for this show. The only people who could do it up until now are giant, like, professional companies. This show is meant to be in an intimate space, like Bedlam. So, we are going to be yelling, screaming, dancing. People in the audience are going to be shouting out at the actors. We're going to be throwing things. We're going to be having a great, great time. It is going to be very intimate, very fun. There's going to be people dancing in the aisles. Big, exciting stuff. Next, please. So fun ideas. We're going to do the virgin sacrifice before the show. That is a typical Rocky Horror thing where we pull up people who've never seen it before and make them do embarrassing things. We're going to have people dance the time warp through the aisles. We are going to have the band on stage with the cast. And we're going to use just about every entrance and exit that we possibly can to make full use of the auditorium. Go ahead and next one, please. Intimacy is huge in this show. We are doing everything to make sure that it is consent driven. If you want to ask questions about that, please do. Next one, please. Casting. It is a piece of queer media, and so we want to cast queer people in the show. That's kind of super important to us. We are looking to cast 16 to 18 people. That is a big cast. If you want more specifics or anything on that, it's all there, but feel free to ask later. Timeline. We are hoping that if we go through today, we have the rights, we just immediately start branding, marketing, just get this thing off the ground. We have our, hopefully, first fundraiser would be in late February. Sexy open mic, question mark. We are going to open our auditions and callbacks in late March, early April. Rehearse April and May. Take off most of the summer with a few little brush-up rehearsals here and there. Hit the ground running in September, and we are proposing to go in week 1. That's time. Ask questions about that, please.
Before question time, I just need to interrupt. Everybody, please vote on that main term preference vote. We know there's only one option, but there's a quorum that needs to be reached. So if people don't vote on that, you get no main term. Please vote. Thank you.
Vote. All right, 3 minutes for questions. Who's got a question? Okay, I saw you first.
What was it that said something about the Bedlam exclusive show?
What was it?
Like on your, like, go back to the one that had, like...
Oh, so I had talked to Luke about potentially doing a 7th show. So the rights limit us to have 8 performances total max. We have 6 on the schedule. We talked about if we have an overabundance of funding, potentially doing a 7th show that is, since it's during, like it's the week after Welcome Week, having it be only open for Welcome Week participants. That is very much up in the air and something that can be discussed later, but yeah. Yes.
You might not, this might not be decided yet, but in terms of ticket prices, I'm assuming because the rights are quite a lot, they're probably more expensive than normal?
Yes, I'm thinking probably closer to like a tenner-ish, but we're also going to do the props bags, which we're going to sell for £5 a piece and hopefully make them for about £1 a piece. That's going to bring in some extra profit. And we have some fundraising things that we want to do that are joint with Bedlam itself, so to help, you know, us out.
Hopefully a lot of freshers will come see the show, and it will be their first show, so they won't know that tickets are usually
I'll get a nice surprise with you.
Okay, Lou. I don't know how many times Bedlam has done musicals. What's the plan for, like, you know, you're going to do like a singing call, I assume, with auditions and stuff. How are you going to...
So audition process will run similar to the other musical theater societies for Edinburgh. We'll have our first audition is going to be self-tapes, and then we'll have an open callbacks here at Bedlam. With that being said, I think it would probably be wise, because we want to get a lot of Bedlamites involved who haven't done musicals, and so probably wise to do a sort of workshop, stuff like that, which we will work out with productions team to make sure we have the space for it.
All right,
Hi, yeah, like, when would you start, like, auditions? And then, because I'm also thinking about, like, you will have to do rehearsals, like, during the summer, and
Yes.
then people always have fringe commitments.
Yes.
If you have fringe commitments, what is that? What's the thing with that?
So that's the interesting thing. So what we're planning on doing is auditioning late March, so we can also avoid the current musical theater societies with their like current schedules. We will do rehearsals April through May, and most of that time is not conflicting with a lot of fringe rehearsal time. June and July is where it starts to get really tricky, and so we're just going to have very, very minimal brush-up rehearsals in that time because all of us want to do fringe. I want to do fringe. And then same thing with August, of course. September, since we would be opening on the 20th, it's basically as soon as fringe is over, hit the ground running, 4 rehearsals a week, get it done.
I will say on that, as Fringe is objectively quite late this year.
Yes.
I'm assuming you see, but yeah, because it ends on the 31st, I think. So
Yep.
just bear that in mind. And also, you're in quite a unique position. You're like, if not the only show that will occur during like the committee transition. So just today, just make sure your communication is like pretty key, especially because you'll have a lot of new people coming in might not know all these things.
But we're willing to like help them.
Of course.
All right, that was all our time for questions. Thank you, guys. Love the shoes.
Thank you.
We have a quick last minute announcement from Nick.
Hello? Wait, hello?
Show your face, Luke.
Hello. Hi, Luke.
You texted me and say we're figuring it
Give us a sign.
This is our business manager, by the way, for those who don't know. He has something to say.
Hi everybody. So the primary vote for Rocky Horror is open because it's supplementary. There is no preference vote. So please just vote on the primary. It's a yes, no, abstain, and it needs to meet quorum. So please do that. Thank you.
Am I Nick Khan?
Luke, can you hear us?
Yes.
We can hear you crazy style on the speakers. Okay, can you make your announcement when you're ready?
Oh, I'm on? Oh, right, okay. Hey guys. Right, yeah. Okay. Sorry I couldn't be there. I'm currently in London doing a Digico thing, which is fun and interesting. If anyone's wondering, yeah, maybe the desks are worth £300,000. Will we be getting one anytime soon? No. Anyway, yeah, so I'm just going to do a quick message on the debt and the finance. Whole on whole, really well done to everyone. Like, thank you everyone who's like made efforts to like pay off some of the debt, like, you know, kept it in mind in their decision making. Anyone who's directly sent me suggestions on things we can do or cost-saving measures, I really do appreciate that as well, whether or not those things were able to be implemented or not. The other thing is, I can't see you guys, so I don't know who's there, but I'm sure a decent amount of you know I'm leaving soon. Oh, God, you sweethearts. Yeah, so I leave on the 27th to go to Adelaide, and I'll be away for a good few months, up until, well, when my term ends, well, when all of our term ends. Yeah, so in the meantime, when it comes to reimbursements, Lily Goodchart's give me a hand with that, so if I'm not going to give you a response in time, feel free to contact her. She's nice. Otherwise, I do apologise if my response times aren't great. I may message you at 2 or 3 a.m. Please don't feel obligated to do the same to me. Reply in your own time. You may not get many responses from me because of that. I just want to make you all aware of that. Like, I'm going to be trying my best. But that's the case. The other thing is, oh, what was the other thing? Oh, yes. Yeah, so as it stands, no one has explicitly expressed interest in seceding me, or, no, that sounds really dramatic. Being the next business manager, there we are. So if anyone is interested, or anyone who I've already talked to about the role wants to, express more interest in the role, please feel free. Yeah, it's at the end of the day, the most important thing when it comes to the role, and personally what I think is the most important thing when it comes to any committee role, is passion and to an extent commitment. So please don't feel caught out if you're not great with spreadsheets or numbers, any of that stuff. I don't really have any, qualifications or skills, if I'm being honest. about doing this stuff, but I got there in the end. Okay, I'm waffling a wee bit, so yeah, please anyone message me or tell anyone who's not currently there who you think may be interested, and they can contact me as well. I think that's it. Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to announce the shows now. Please don't leave because we're going to be electing a new women's rep right after. But thank you all for voting. Yes, and new show teams, please stick around if you've won just for a bit, not for a second. Well, we have some important information to give you, especially if you've never done a show at Bedlam before. So, without any more delay, the week 9 tea time will be Billionaire in the Basement. The week 10 main term will be Shocker Art. And the winners of the Bedlam Fringe Preference Vote, who will be on in this building in August, are Last Orders and Siren Match. So if you please stick around after things get to work.
Anyway, congrats to those.
So thank you everybody for voting. There will be all of the details posted after with all of the vote numbers. It'll go up on the Facebook, except for the names. Obviously it's anonymized, but all of the information will be out. And now we will have, oh, I should put, hold on. Can we vote on the Rocky Horror thing, please? Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am the current women's rep of the theater. I got into this position because, well, I'm currently the president. No one else ran for this position last time it was up. Someone needed to do it, so here I am. But basically, I don't have enough time to do justice to this position because I am the president and also involved in shows and stuff. So I would really love if we could elect a new women's rep, like someone who can really put in the time to, again, do justice to this position. I'll really quickly just read what a lib rep is, and then how a little vote for that would work if anyone is interested. Of course, if no one runs, I will continue to do it, and I will just try my best. Okay, hold on. Okay, so this is just info on like a liberation representative. The EUTC shall have 6 liberation representatives elected annually to represent the 5 groups defined by USA. Okay, the particular terms used to refer to these groups shall be defined by the liberation representatives and the groups themselves. The duties of a liberation representative: A, serve as information points and contacts to their groups. B, organize activities to help their groups navigate the EUTC. C, handle concerns relevant to their groups, working with the rest of the committee. It is intended that members who self-identify as the groups vote on their representatives. So how a vote for this works is you can nominate someone, right? You nominate someone, and then another Bedlam member has to second that nomination, and then that person can give a little speech, and then we'll have a vote on it. So, am I missing anything important?
Multiple people can be nominated.
Yeah, multiple people can be nominated. Sometimes we have 2 who are like, wait, we want to do the position together. That's also fine. Okay, do we have any nominations for someone who wants to run for this? You can just nominate someone.
I would just like to.
I nominate Ava Godfrey. I nominate Ava Godfrey. Do you want to say a couple words? Yeah.
Does anybody else?
Anyone else?
No? Okay. Great.
Hey girls! I actually really wanted to take over when Lauren stepped down, but I didn't know this was happening now. I would have prepared something more, but I love the Bedlam girls. I feel like I know the Bedlam girls very well. I'm very passionate about being a feminist, and I've done some committee stuff. I'm the fundraising coordinator for Paradox. I haven't got the opportunity to do much with that yet, but I'm very keen to take it on board. That's the only committee stuff I've been involved with, but I love Bedlam, and I want
that vote now. Again, it is the idea of this is that you only vote on this if you self-identify as the group, which is in this case, if you self-identify as a woman. You should vote on this. If not, please don't. Yeah.
While we're waiting, I have some fun announcements. Yeah, so as stated before, if you're a new show team that has just passed, please hang around. I have some information for you. Number 2, things coming up in Bedlam. There's a big fundraiser for the Importance of Being Earnest and the Seagull coming up. More information on the website and Facebook. Woo! Also, there's going to be lots of auditions and stuff coming up in the near future because we have new shows. So tell people to audition. Tell them to join our Facebook group. You should all join our Facebook group.
Ulster American is on tomorrow night and Fridays.
If you like improv, come and see the Improvers every Friday at 10 p.m. If you want to do improv, come to Bedlam every Saturday at 12 for an improv workshop. That's your first way of getting involved.
Also, there's bar training on Saturday and Sunday morning, so sign up for that on the Facebook and come along.
You can be bar trained for free. You get like a certificate, you get a thing on the website.
Real.
You can put on your CV, employable skills.
Yeah, yeah, the Seagull's having a fundraiser in the Jazz Bar on Burns Night.
There's a little festival happening next week.
Oh yeah, there's Bedfest!
Every single year, Bedlam does its own festival called Bedfest, and it's on next week. There's so many things happening, so many shows, events, so much fun. A lot
More
of
than
staffing.
4 women to vote on this. More than 4.
Let me vote. Bedfest is happening next week. That's very exciting. There's so much happening. You can check out Instagram and Facebook and the website. And also staff. If you're in staffing deck, come and staff. There's so many slots available. And vote. If you're a woman, vote. I can't vote.
Okay, so, thank you everybody for voting. Thank you all for coming today for this long, but not as long as we were fearing, GM. I'm very happy to announce that for the second and hopefully last time, the Rocky Horror Show has successfully passed its primary vote. If I see you back here in April, it's not gonna...
I'm gonna die.
And the Bedlam's women rep will be Ava Godfrey. So, one last thing before everybody goes. Congrats to all the show teams. Stick around. The next GM, which is in April, is the AGM. So if you're thinking about running for a committee position, everything is open except the lip reps. So
Those get reelected in like September every year.
yeah, but if you are thinking about joining committee, it's great. There's gonna be more information between now and then. But just yeah. So if you're a show team, stick around. Otherwise, thank you so much for coming.
I love being on committee. That face was just a personal thing. That wasn't about committee.
If you're a new show team, come in and find me over here. Yes, yeah.
Let us know what you know. Please don't tell us if you want to talk about this.